Have you seen the film The Purge? It's not a classic, truth be known. I say the film The Purge. There was loads of them. In fact, I think they even made a series out of them, which I don't know how they managed to make a series out of them, because the whole premise of The Purge, and I've only seen the first film, is that there is one night every year. It's sort of set a little bit in the future. There's one night every year under the big world government where all criminals can spend 24 hours doing naughty stuff, basically. And the film is set in a house. Basically, lots of people sit inside their houses hoping that they're not the victims of this 24-hour crime spree. Well, you probably know where I'm going with this. Yesterday was the West Ham Purge, as I've probably already labelled this video as that and put it on the thumbnail. Why would I not? That's basically what happened. Not so much the West Ham Purge, more the David Moyes Purge, if you like. Not only David Moyes, everybody associated with David Moyes, whose name was Moyes. No, I'm not joking. A Moyes left yesterday as well. Anybody that might have even met Moyes, I think was sort of expunged from the club yesterday. I'm joking. I'm not joking. Actually, this all happened. I'm making it sound more serious than it was. You've got to do it. West Ham have received a lot of criticism for the way it's been done, for the way the David Moyes stuff was announced. I think I've probably said as much as I need to say on that. We've got to get cracking. We've got to do this stuff. And look, there are some people that it would have been nice to see them retained. The goalkeeping coach Valero's he's seen off another set of managers, and he's still in as the goalkeeping coach. So good for him. Whatever he's got, he seems to survive these purges very nicely. It would have been nice to see Nolan retained, but you know what? I get it. I absolutely get it. What you can't do is when you're trying to recruit a new manager, is say to him, "Oh, you have to keep this member of staff on. You have to have him." This always ends in tears when we've done it before. In fact, we've done it with Moyes, haven't we? We certainly did it with Sam Allardyce. You can't force their backroom team on a manager. It's really important, the group of people that they have around the managers. It has to be their trusted lieutenants, they're people they've worked with for years, people that know their tactics. And you want that. What you want is when a coach arrives, you don't want him to have to explain, the head coach to explain to other coaches how the training drills go, how everything's meant to be. You just want his coaches to get on that training pitch and start doing stuff in the philosophy of whatever it might be. So, I mean, it was pretty brutal stuff, really. So there were so many, I'm going to miss people out. I've even written down some names. I think one I do want to mention was a guy called, but before we get into Heitinger and McKinley and all stuff like that, and who's coming and who's going, is Jamie Osman. I've got to be honest with you, I didn't know this guy. But I think he deserves a mention because he head of performance, Jamie Osman. He was at West Ham for 13 years. He arrived from Portsmouth in 2011. I don't know anything about Jamie Osman, but I reckon the fact that he was here for 13 years, I reckon he did some pretty good stuff at West Ham. That is one loyal member of staff. So I sort of wish him well. I wish everyone well, but sometimes you get these staff members who go under the radar a little bit. Only a couple of days ago, over on Patreon, I interviewed Ricky Martin. Not that one. The former West Ham Academy director. So he was Academy director until very recently, until 2002. I was absolutely shocked to hear the staff numbers at the Academy, at the training grounds. West Ham do employ far more people than I ever thought, actually. So it's obviously quite a big operation. There's going to be a lot of unsung heroes, and I wonder if Jamie might have been one of them. So well done, mate. Jamie has been replaced by, I've got to get this right, by Daniel Lopetegui. Yes, it's not by chance that we've just managed to find somebody else that has the same name as the new incoming manager. No, that's actually his son. This is what we do at West Ham. I don't know if they don't do it at other clubs. I know it's what we do at West Ham because when David Moyes left, so did his son. So David Moyes' son was part of the scouting team, and I even think David Moyes' brother was actually one of the agents that we used. An awful lot is made about Sullivan having favoured agents. I'm telling you, these managers do it as well. This is nothing new. Pellegrini had his son at West Ham as well, and so did Huselos when Huselos was director of football. It doesn't stop there. I'll give you another name. Maurice Steidten. Yes, Maurice Steidten. You can guess it. Yes, that is as Tim Steidten's brother. This is just what happens. Look, is it... Is there a bit of nepotism here? Yeah, I would suggest so. Does it mean these people aren't competent? No, I'm sure they are relatively competent. So, and I am honestly, you have to excuse me if I keep taking my eyes off you. Whilst I'd like to stare longingly into your eyes for all video, there's so many notes and stuff here. I've got to get this right. So Maurice Steidten, no, not him, Daniel Lopetegui. He studied for 3 years at UCFB Wembley, studying football, business and finance. He did player analysis at MK Dons, and then he worked for analysis for a leading football agency. Look, is that a stellar CV? No, but I guess if you already work in the industry and your surname's Lopetegui, you're going to join the club, aren't you? Change your name. If you're struggling for work at the moment, maybe change your name to Lopetegui and you might get a job at West Ham. Look, I'm half poking fun. I'm not. I don't want anyone to think I'm offended or disgusted by this stuff. I am literally poking a little bit of fun at it. I expect this stuff to happen. I think it does happen. What is interesting is there's meant to have been a big meeting today. Today's the big meeting, whereby, and some people are reporting that Lopetegui is meeting Tim Steidten for the first time. He's not. I mean, he's not. He is not. I'm telling you that now. They had to meet before it was basically accepted that he would take the job. I mean, it's not even. I know that because the club leaked this 4 weeks ago, right? This is just the case. This is what happens. Are you honestly going to believe that Steidten met Amorim the one time he flew over from Portugal? Yet Lopetegui, who's been in the country, he's never left. He lives in the Midlands, yet he's not met Lopetegui. I mean, they just don't make sense. The truth of the matter is, and I've been saying this consistently for a long time on here now, Lopetegui presented West Ham with, I don't know, I always want to say PowerPoint presentation. It's probably not. There's probably no such thing anymore. But a presentation outlining his West Ham project and how he would do it. He's not just met with West Ham once. He's met with West Ham lots of times. And during those meetings, Tim Steidten was there. That's not. They already know a lot of this stuff. West Ham have already highlighted, and I've been told this myself. West Ham have already highlighted a number of key positions and a number of players from within there. However, they are having a meeting today, and the meeting today is for Maurice Steidten and the team that this backroom team basically that Steidten has built. So all the Moyes boys are gone. And all the Steidten boys and the Lopetegui boys are in there. So it's a chance for them all to meet together. And involved in that is Maximilian Hahn. He sounds like... he's a computer data analyst. We nicked him from Werder Bremen. But that don't sound as good as a Bond villain, does it? Maybe it's like a 1980s bad guy, like from... You probably half of you don't, because you're young. But yeah, I'm thinking, it might remind me of someone like from Airwolf or Night Rider or the A-Team or something like that. Anyway, Maximilian Hahn, it's brilliant. It's just a great name. Thanks a million, Maximilian. He's going to be doing all the data stuff. He's going to be recommending players that you might not have seen, the players that might not catch your eye. He's going to be doing the Moneyball stuff. He's going to be saying, hold on, look at this. This guy has an XG of whatever. This guy does this many passes per game and all of that stuff. Basically, on one end of the scale, you got Harry Redknapp, who can sniff out a player. Then on the other end of the scale, you got Maximilian Hahn, who is a number cruncher. So there you go. So yeah, I mean, look, this is all really interesting. I think it's very good. I'm very pleased to hear it. I've been wanting for a long time for West Ham to modernise. This is what it looks like. What I can't do is get to the point where we modernise and then sort of complain about it. But that's why I was maybe a little bit suspicious a couple of days ago when the sort of the first thing that was, I don't know even sure if it's been announced yet, but the first thing that was leaked was, we're keeping Aaron Cresswell. Hold on a second. What's going on? What's going on with all this? What's happening with the newfangled stuff? But again, it was half a joke. It wasn't for people to particularly take offence at. We were probably going to need some senior players, particularly if we're getting rid of a load of them. And yeah, well, you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine with that. As long as that's not our strategy, I'm fine. If Cresswell re-signs or whatever, signs for another year, or we execute the option on there, and but we're still going to bring in all these young players, and that, then I'm absolutely fine with that. But yeah, there you go. Really interesting. So big meeting today, but not doesn't hold the gravity that a lot of people are making out it does, as I understand it. As I say, there's no doubt in my mind at all, unequivocally, 100%. Steidten and Lopetegui have already met, and Sullivan and Lopetegui have met on a number of occasions, and he's already had his chance to impress them. This is a meet the staff thing, and as I understand it, they already. It's not like today's the first day on the training ground either for these people. By the way, this has been. I think they were probably waiting around the corner when Moyes had. I don't know if he had a box of stuff, but whatever. When he cleared out his desk, 2 desks, Moyes got an office at the London Stadium and the training ground. So when he cleared out his desks, I just wonder if Lopetegui and all the mob were around the corner in a transit or something like that. And as soon as one pulled out, they pulled in and set up office. A little sound effect for you there. And you probably got the impression without the sound effects. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. Big day tomorrow, I think. It's the announcement of Julen Lopetegui as West Ham head coach.